So, okay. What's up, everyone?
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Friday Night Vinyl. As always,
make sure I grab the right cup.
Friday Night Vinyl is brought to you by Red Solo Cup and the magic
that's not inside these. Yeah.
Contained within.
Within these things. Yeah.
Yes. Also, brought to you by Rob McGee's Air and Space. Get your copy today.
Before they're all gone.
Only 300 remain. So I'm not sure if we have some new people here. I see Lori C. Don't know if that's the Lori I know or not. Either way, welcome, Roy. Glad to see you.
Yep.
Smitty,
what's up?
And hopefully everybody can hear us good.
Yeah.
It's been a fun day.
It's been a fun week.
Yeah,
fun whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys are having fun.
Yeah, I hope everybody's been safe and staying well, and so we're trying to bring the show to you as long as we can. And we actually hit our first coronavirus casualty as far as like concert going is concerned.
Yes.
We were supposed to go to a show tomorrow night, see John Waite at the Lavoie Theater in Millville, New Jersey, which got canceled on us, obviously. And I got an email this week, Ed, and I told you I'm going to tell them. It got postponed until January 8th, 2021. So we have to wait all that time to go see him. Now, Lavoie Theater, I did not know, they are a nonprofit. Right. So they suggested that instead of asking for a refund, they said that they would, if you could not make the show on January 8th, God knows what your schedule is going to be that far out, but they suggested they have a site credit. In other words, like they would give you credit for another show that the upcoming show that's probably earlier if you didn't want your ticket still. But we're just going to wait, and we're going to wait till January to go see him. But the funny part is that Michael Smith, who's a viewer of the show, way back when, I think it was like late 70s, early 80s, the Babies were supposed to open up for Alice Cooper, and the show got canceled on us. And now this is like the second time we tried to see John Waite in some way or another.
Wow.
That got canceled on us. Now we have to wait till January. God knows what's going to happen in January, but we just have to hope and pray that.
Remember all the snow we didn't get?
That's right. We're going to get it's going to be a blizzard.
We're getting it on that day,
most likely. So anyway, Ed.
So how's everybody doing? Hey, if somebody can make a couple comments just so we can see that we still have some life out there, that'd be great. Unfortunately, sadly today, and it was kind of last minute because we rearranged. Well, right now the studio is temporarily set up the way it's eventually going to be.
Right.
It was behind us in this room back here, which I then created to be my home theater thing because I'm stuck at home and there's nothing else to do, so I redid all that.
Which came out very nice, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah. And so we're just trying to get things situated for a couple more shows here because this is usually the time of year where we end our season to begin with.
Right.
End our season to begin with. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
So anyway, earlier today we lost Bill Withers.
Right.
And he's known for Lean on Me.
And Ain't No Sunshine.
Ain't
No Sunshine.
Yeah.
And
it's early in the show, Wait Till
Later.
Later.
In the show, yeah.
And Use Me. And it's funny, well, I think it was about 5 or 6 months ago when I was doing some vinyl stuff. I wanted to get his greatest hits. It was a double album, and I got to listen to it.
A double album? Yeah,
it's a double album, but it was more like his popular songs, maybe to him.
All right.
And it was really, really good. I was like, wow, some of these songs should have been.
Yeah, he had a great voice, great style.
Yeah. So we had that. We also had Adam Schlesinger from Fountains of Wayne. Right. Bill, who'll be joining us in a little bit.
Stacy's mom.
We saw Fountains of Wayne at the World Cafe.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And
how long ago was that?
I think it was like 8 years ago now.
Oh, really? It was that recent? Okay. Well, I mean, 8 years ago. I mean,
and we're getting old when 8 years is that recent.
It's recent. Yeah. Well, I mean, when did they come out? I mean, when did they come out as a group? They were a '90s group.
Late '90s, I think.
Okay.
But the and also with Fountains of Wayne, he also did That Thing You Do.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That movie with Tom Hanks.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway. If, in case you're noticing, I am growing my
Colonel Sanders beard.
My Colonel Sanders. Yeah. Hey, I'm quarantined, and so yeah.
So anyway, why don't we get into this day in music? There's a pleasant surprise in this that you'll really enjoy when it comes up, whatever the date is. I forget what it is, but it's a little pleasant surprise, and you'll know it when we hit it. So let's go.
Just quick shout outs here because I don't want to interrupt you during this.
Okay.
Cyro Philly Media. Hello to you. See, this is the one thing that's really a pain. That's
right
on Facebook. We have their names. We know who they are.
Right.
Cyro Philly Media could be.
Well, he knows you.
Anybody. How do you know it's a he?
Says hi Ed or he or she, whatever.
Right. I mean.
Okay. Well, the person.
When you look like this,
the person knows you, Ed.
When you look like this, you expect to have.
Yes.
Female fans.
There you go.
Marie's accepting that, and it's all good.
Well, I'm glad she is.
So let's go to let's stop talking about me for just a minute.
Yeah, just a minute,
and go into this day in music.
Let's go.
we're back.
All right, we're back in This Day in Music studio. Ed, we're April 3rd, This Day in Music. Now today, This Day in Music, it's like not much is happening like today. If this show ever continues into, beyond this season,
This Day in Music 2020,
it's going to be nothing except for people passing away. That's about all that's happening right now. God forbid. So anyway, way back in 1956, Ed, This Day in Music, Elvis Presley makes the first of 2 appearances on the Milton Berle Show. Remember the Milton Berle Show?
Yes, I do.
Oh, my God. Live from the flight deck of the USS Hancock. He earned $5,000 for performing Heartbreak Hotel, Money Honey, and Blue Suede Shoes. It was estimated that 1 out of every 4 Americans saw that show. 1 out of every 4 Americans. That's how many tuned into that. Pretty amazing. In 1959, This Day in Music, the BBC bans the Coaster song Charlie Brown because of the word spitball. Because of the word spitball. 2 weeks later, they would change their decision and start to play the single, and it rose to number 6 on the charts in the UK. But because of the word, this is 1959 now. Spitball, whatever. Okay. In 1961, This Day in Music, the Pittsburgh quintet called the Marcells.
Hold a minute. Quintet or quartet?
It's a quintet.
Okay. Just wanted to
Pittsburgh
clarify.
quintet called the Marcells took Blue Moon, a tune written in 1934 by Richard Rodgers, to the top of the Billboard charts. And Richard Rodgers hated the doo-wop arrangement so much that he took out an advertisement in the trade papers urging people not to buy the single. Believe it or not. That's how much that. And now this was 1934, so this guy must have been old as shit by 1961. Mm-hmm. But he was so pissed off that he actually took an ad out to get people not to buy the single. That's how much he hated the version that they put out. So, in 1969, the Doors' Jim Morrison turns himself into the FBI in Los Angeles. He's charged with interstate flight to avoid prosecution on 6 charges of lewd behavior and public exposure at a concert in Miami on March 2nd in 1969. He's later released on $2,000 bail. So he was at a concert. What did he do? Expose himself? Or I don't know too much. Are you familiar with what happened?
With who?
Jim Morrison. You weren't even paying attention.
Well, I got people texting me.
All right.
And
Well, you got to pay attention.
I got a lot going on.
You got to pay attention to the show. Don't worry about people texting. Okay. So anyway, 1971, the Temptations hit the Billboard top pop charts for the 3rd and final time with Just My Imagination. Now they would place 11 more songs in the U.S. top 40 during the next 20 years. 1973, Ed, here's the one that I told you was going to be very interesting. In 1973, Capitol Records issued 2 Beatles greatest hits package. The Beatles 62 to 66 and the Beatles 67 to 70. Fans called them the Red Album and the Blue Album.
The Red Album was awesome.
And the Blue Album was even better. So that's a thing. Yeah. But when I saw this,
you have to understand that's like a 40. What year did that? 73.
73 they were released. Yeah.
So that's wow 20. That's a 47-year-old debate we've had.
That's when our musical
things are starting.
Yeah. We were just opposite. You know? And that's where it started. The Beatles Red and Blue.
That was it.
So anyway, in 1976, This Day in Music, a song about the death of his pet dog called Shannon by newcomer Harry Gross entered the Billboard chart. It would go to be a number 6 hit. It would be number 6 on the chart. I'm not familiar with that.
That's called Shannon?
Shannon, yeah.
But you
opted... It was a song about the death of his pet dog.
So let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You don't know who that is.
No.
You never heard of the song
Never
before,
heard of the song. But I figured I'd bring it up because it was a song about his pet dog. I mean, it's got to be a little bit interesting there, right? No? Yes? No?
It's only going to get better.
Okay, Ed, this one comes with a pop quiz. This one comes with a pop quiz. Okay? Pop quiz. 1988, the Traveling Wilburys recorded Handle with Care in Malibu, Florida. Now, this quintet is comprised of... Now, each of the well-known artists that were in this group had a kind of a pet name.
Yeah.
Did you... Now, if I give you the name, would you be able to guess the person?
Give me...
Who was Nelson? There was Nelson, Lucky, Otis, Charlie, and Lefty.
I'm going to go with...
So can you guess any one of those?
Nelson, I'm going to go with Bob Dylan.
No.
Nelson, I'm going to go with Tom Petty.
You got a 1 out of 5 shot. No. You just want me to
Lefty, I'm going to go with Tom Petty.
No.
Lefty, I'm going to go
with
George...
Lefty. No, Lefty was not. No.
Lefty, George Harrison?
No.
Oh, wait. Then it must be... the main guy. Yellow.
Let me just go. No, you're way off. Nelson was George Harrison.
Exactly what I said.
Lucky was Bob Dylan. Otis was Jeff Lynne. Charlie was Tom Petty, and Lefty was Roy Orbison.
Ah, okay.
Lefty. I guess he was Lefty. Who knows? I didn't even know they had nicknames. Did you know?
I knew they were called Joe Wilbury, Tom Wilbury. And
okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. So the traveling
Shits and giggles,
okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay. So in 1989, 23 people were arrested after several thousand fans without tickets tried to crash a Grateful Dead concert at the Pittsburgh Civic Arena.
Was they arrested for trying to crash bad music?
Really? The people who bought tickets should have been arrested.
You have a point.
I had a point, yeah. So in 1993, to stay in music, Ray Charles became the first performer to have hits on the Billboard charts in 5 different decades when his version of Leon Russell's "A Song for You" entered the R&B singles charts. He was the first performer to have hits on the Billboard charts in 5 different decades. Ray Charles.
Wow.
Wow.
I didn't realize he did a song for you too. I know Donny Hathaway and the Carpenters.
A song for you, Leon Russell's version.
Yep.
Yeah, he did that. Yeah. Okay. In 2008,
I'm kind of looking like Leon Russell right now with this.
In 2008, to stay in music, with her 18th chart-popping hit, "Touch My Body." 38-year-old Mariah Carey passed Elvis Presley for the most #1 songs on the Billboard singles chart, placing her second to only the Beatles. Believe it or not. But that was 2008. I don't know if anybody surpassed that. But that was crazy. Mariah Carey.
Yeah, it sucks.
Passing, yeah, I know. 2015, to stay in music. Robert Burns Jr., Lynyrd Skynyrd's original drummer, was killed in a single car accident in Georgia at the age of 64. That was our... And finally, Ed, in 2016, former Guess Who lead singer Burton Cummings was inducted in the Canadian Music Hall of Fame as a solo artist during a ceremony in the 2016 Juno Awards in Calgary. The entire band had previously been enshrined in 1987. So it took until 2016 until he went in as a solo artist. He went into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame. And that's it for this day in music.
So Toshin, if you're out there, hey, how are you? Yeah, that was actually him. He probably logged into YouTube.
Probably, yeah.
With his spy account and realized, now he's all out there and we all know.
Okay.
So anyway, that was this day in music.
That was this day in music.
Let's exit this day in music.
Let's exit. Stage right.
So, and I already have the groups up because what the hell.
Here you go.
So, Bill, you can unmute.
Bill is with us.
Yes, there's Bill.
Hey, we're on.
He's up there.
Yes.
I'm getting a little echo.
Does
somebody have their volume on over there? Check.
Just now?
Now it's gone. Somebody muted. Anyway, hey everybody.
What's up, Bill?
I'm here. I am again doing my social distancing by not being in the same room with these two guys, and I cannot be happier.
Yes. So
you know how I feel. So anyway. So Ed, what are we doing?
We are going to go through our prog list. And, if you're out there, hey, make a comment. Let us know you're there, because I know you people can't be out, like, at a club tonight.
And if you're not there, let us know you're not there.
Okay.
So Ed, where are we going, Ed?
People, message on here. The people are sending me texts. It's like, the whole point is...
There's a chat on the side of the YouTube broadcast that you can chat in.
Let's chat, people.
So, anyway, we went for a little prog thing here, and some of you, as we sent out...
Let me just set this up totally so people don't think, oh my god, it's a prog night, I'm gonna leave.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing rankings of bands in a couple of different genres.
Right.
Rock is our main one, but we're going to start out with some of the smaller genres first. Right. Just so everybody knows, don't get scared of the prog.
We're doing a prog list, then we're doing a popish list, then we're doing a heavy rock list.
Right.
And we're going to save the best for last, so...
Yeah. Right, which means I'm going to be talking last all night.
Probably. Whatever.
Way to set the show up, Ed. That's what we count all of you for.
Yeah. It's been a fun week. So anyway... So what we have here is now the problem is when we sent this out to people, there was 2 others included, UK and Gentle Giant, but I think that's okay. We'll just go with.
What happened to Dream Theater?
I went with 7. I kept all this in 70s. So all the bands.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
yeah, we can always explore bands later down the road. Maybe that'll be next week's show. We'll do bands that weren't in the 70s and see what happens.
Okay.
So we have King Crimson, Kansas, Genesis, Jethro Tull, Alan Parsons.
Project.
Alan Parsons I was lazy right there. I just
and Kansas.
ELP and
okay, I don't know
Pink
what
Floyd.
order. Okay, Pink Floyd.
So
okay.
I actually have to use my phone to get the list. That's how much fun it's been this week.
So
Right.
so I know Ben's not here, but did Ben participate in our?
No, Ben did not.
So it's just between the 3 of us then.
Yes,
Okay.
So it's our consensus, Bill, Ed, and I.
very nicely.
Our top 8.
I'd like to just open up saying that I don't disagree with this, but there are many people that disagree that Kansas is a prog band. I'm on board with that idea.
Yeah,
but a
What
lot
that
of
they
people
are or they aren't.
They are not. People think they are not a prog band.
They are a prog band.
Yeah, listen to
Listen to
Song for America.
And Left Overture, though. I mean,
Left Overture has
Come on.
songs. Just remember,
yeah.
look, Genesis is a prog band, and they've got a lot of hits and stuff like that. So
I'm just throwing it out there. Some
No,
people
Bill's not
disagree.
saying he don't think so. He says he
Yeah.
thinks a lot of people don't think.
well,
that.
let them chime in then.
Chime in.
Come on, chime away.
Chime away. Okay,
All right.
so anyway,
So what is our last place prog band of our consensus?
coming in at number 8,
Let's take a wild guess.
King Crimson.
Bill?
I had it at number 7.
King Crimson.
That was my number 8. That's why I said it.
It was my number. Go ahead. I'll let you.
Well, I'm just saying. I know Chris Tisdale won't be too happy with us, making that our last one because he was a big King Crimson fan. So anyway, as I was researching, I wasn't that familiar with King Crimson. I wasn't a big fan back then, but I didn't realize that they actually opened for the Stones at a show in Hyde Park in London in 1969. They were
Wow.
the opening act for the Stones.
Because
King
they had,
Crimson.
they had, they had Greg Lake on vocals, but that was before ELP.
Well, this was in '69, so I don't know
Right.
who
So
was,
that was
who,
the
what
that
lineup
was the first version.
Right. And then Tony Levin was a member of them too, right?
Later on, yeah. That's the version that I really like.
Okay.
It's interesting. I was going through this prog list, yeah, I mean King Crimson. The nice thing was when I saw Ringo's All-Star Band, Ringo with
Right.
Sheila E. on drums and Greg Lake on vocals. They did "In the Court of Crimson King."
Oh, cool.
And they did the long version, which kind of
Oh, wow.
really, I was surprised.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, so coming in at number 7 on our list is
So the next one to leave the building is, I believe it's this. I believe it's Alan Parsons Project. Now you guys had them, I think.
I had it.
last.
I had it at number 7. I had them.
I had this one last. So my 7 and 8 was 7 Crimson, 8 Elton.
And I had it flip flopped for what you had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had Alan Parsons.
Fan of
5.
them. I mean, they don't. I don't hate them, but they're.
They just didn't have enough. I mean,
You have to. The big albums to listen to are from I, Robot, Eve, and Pyramid.
right.
Those 3 albums are great. Turn of a Friendly Card. They lost me on Eye in the Sky. That album that was mirror to the mirror power. It's like yeah.
So anyway, Alan Parsons was an assistant engineer on Abbey Road and Let It Be album.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And he was an engineer on Dark Side of the Moon. Pink Floyd.
He was the main. That's what launched his career.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. That was his major credit before
Right.
the Alan Parsons project.
All right, let's keep this moving. Who's the next one to Vamoose?
The next one to
That Moose at number 6.
is ELP, Emerson Lake and Palmer.
Wow, that's what I had at number 6. Jesus.
That's who I had at number.
Wow.
I actually had it
Okay.
number 7.
Ah,
All right,
And here's-
so we're
and
kind
here's-
of like
Because I consider better albums by Alan Parsons Project, but for me, Emerson Lake and Palmer, while I love Keith Emerson and all that stuff, to me, they had Brain Salad Surgery and Trilogy were the great albums.
we covered Brain Salad
Right.
Surgery.
But
I wasn't a big fan of that.
Right, but
Yeah, I know. Right.
they were good albums, and then they had Lucky Man on the first one.
Right, Lucky Man and From the Beginnings
Right.
was another good song.
Well, that's
they're
that's
my
off
favorite.
the Trilogy.
They're my favorite. Yeah.
And then you also have the one side that was Greg Lake's side on Works,
Okay.
which was really good. He did a lot of acoustic stuff, and it was
Right,
really nice.
right.
But really, the body of work to me, it was very experimental and very classical, and it was different. And hey,
Yeah, it was definitely.
it was good for the time.
Okay.
So
So our number 5 on our list of proggish bands is
all right, let's go here. Where is it? Okay, hold on. I have to see the order here. So it's Jethro Tull.
Jethro Tull. I had them at number 5.
Yes.
So we're kind of on board. Now, is Jethro Tull really
I have them at number 5.
Is Jethro Tull a prog? Would you consider them prog?
Well, they were considered. Well, yeah, you have
Really?
you have an album that has one song, but that was sort of a laugh at the people that called him prog because of the Aqualung album, which he said wasn't prog.
Right.
So I don't really put this as like proggish because we'd have to get really deep in some really proggy things.
Right.
These are the key word I think was ish.
I know, but I just wouldn't. I don't consider Jethro Tull a prog band. I mean, I know you're the one who included them in this list, but I just don't. When you talk of prog, I mean, everybody else on here, I would agree with you, but except for Jethro Tull, I wouldn't consider them a prog.
So
I don't know.
you think of them more as a heavy metal band
No,
that should beat out Metallica
not
for the best
heavy metal,
band.
not
Kind
heavy
of like
metal
a straight
band.
rock band.
Yeah, right, exactly.
The flautists.
Right.
And I don't know if you saw Roy had ELP at number 5 and
Yeah, Tull at 6.
Tull at 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So we're kind of in agreement here, kind of so far. Okay. So what's our number 4?
the next one to
I think this is where we
leave the building. I agree.
stray a little bit.
I agree. The rest of the way out. Kansas leaves the building at number 4.
I had them at number 2.
I had them at number 4.
I had it at number 4. Yeah.
I mean, Kansas. I mean, Left Overture is oh my God, that's
But
one of my all-time favorite albums.
I'm looking at the
I mean,
three that
I
are
think
left.
It comes down to what you think of the bands above them, obviously, right? We're
Yes,
fucking ranking it.
Yes.
So,
Right.
But when I look at the bands above them, I got to put them below the 3 that I've got on.
Well,
top.
for me, I mean, I have different opinions about a couple of them above, where you guys have it, but whatever. I'm always a big fan of Kansas. In fact, I liked them before you did, before you became friends with them.
Yep.
But
Nah.
yeah. So, anyway.
Yes. So the next band to
Roy is on board with us at Kansas number 4. Nice.
next
Not on
band
board
to
with me
last band to leave next band to leave the building.
at number 3.
Is there anybody out there? Pink Floyd.
Oh!
apropos.
I had them at 4. Pink Floyd.
I had them at 3.
Okay.
I had them at 2. I like them better than you guys.
They're good, but
Well, I mean, I'm talking about that's my number 3 out of this list. It's like it's not shabby.
no, it's not shabby. I had them at 4.
Yeah, but the thing
I like Kansas better than Pink Floyd. That's why I had Kansas at number 2.
I think the thing that's crazy
It's
with
just
Pink
me.
Floyd is that Dark Side of the Moon was their 7th album.
Right.
It wasn't like their 2nd or 3rd.
Right.
It was
Right.
their 7th. And if you listen to a lot of the stuff prior to that album, it is like really trippy and really like,
Yeah.
it's out there.
Right.
And I mean, I get it back. It was time music, but
Yeah.
So the next, we know what the next
gotta
band
be-
to leave
it's
the
gotta be
building is.
Genesis.
Yes, it's Genesis because we all had yes at number 1.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
It's really awesome.
Yeah.
So
I had
did-
Genesis at 3.
I had Genesis at 3. Pink
So did
Floyd
I.
at 2.
Yeah. Right.
I had
Right,
Genesis.
well, yeah, one.
I had Genesis at number 2 because at one point I was a fanatical Genesis collector
Right.
of like imports and everything up until like
Roy had Genesis at 3. Kansas at 4. Okay.
the Duke album. The Duke album was to me the last album that I really, although I've found deep tracks and stuff that I
Right.
liked after that,
Right.
but it was the Duke album is where it really ended for me. And I mean, yes is yes. We earlier I got Fragile 5.1
Oh my
on
God.
audio sound. But when you hear this, it's just like Heart of the Sunrise. It's just
It's awesome.
it is. It's beyond
Yeah.
what you could possibly imagine. It
Yeah.
was
We were
great.
listening to it before the show tonight,
And we even played.
God.
We even played 5% of nothing.
Nothing.
Lenny's
It sounds
all-time
much better than I remembered.
Well, you didn't get close to the edge.
No, he didn't.
No,
he
because
didn't have it.
I have the S album and I have Fragile, but Close to the Edge there were several versions, and I've listened to one at Dave's house, and it's amazing. And I want to make sure that I don't get the wrong.
So Roy
one.
had Floyd at 1 and Yes at 2 and Genesis at 3. So
Okay.
Okay.
A big Floyd fan for Roy.
Right.
Well, I mean, Floyd, and the thing is this, even though Dark Side of the Moon was the 7th album for Pink Floyd, you
Right.
had Dark Side of the Moon, you had Wish You Were Here, Animals,
Right,
The
The
Wall,
Wall,
and then
right.
coming into
Those four.
Momentary Lapse of Reason and Division Bell are still really good albums.
Okay.
You notice I skipped over the final cut, which
There you
Oh,
go.
it's a disaster.
which was all Roger Waters being.
You know,
the asshole
everybody
that he
has
was.
that one album. Every band has that one album.
Yes.
Also, I mean, I heard also that was like leftover stuff from other sessions. It wasn't.
It could have
even a
been, yeah.
full
Right.
session.
So that means they got lazy, basically.
What
Well, they
also-
were done. They hated
Yeah,
each other.
And it was also that Roger Waters came and said, "This is what we're doing, and this is how we're doing it," and took no input from any. Wiki that album and read the stories behind it. It was like, that was the split between Waters and Gilmour. It's
Right.
kind of like, and the album shows
Right.
it. So listen,
All right.
next up, I got a video. You might have to turn your volume up. I put this video out. I got to re-put it out again. It's about after this Corona thing,
Whenever that is.
whenever this thing
Right.
passes,
Right.
or I pass out. No, it's kind of like a suggestion of what we could do to help other people.
Right.
I have already kind of paid it forward today, and she got it.
Good.
Bill, I think you're in progress of doing something. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, there's always something to do. Just so I haven't seen this video, but everybody out there,
Yeah.
you know, if you're hurting, hopefully someone can help pick you up. If you're doing okay, then think about other people that are hurting, because
Right.
it's going to be worse over the next couple of weeks as people
Yes.
aren't working any at all. For
Yes.
So I'm going to tell you the video is a little bit lower volume, so you're going to have to turn it up, and then when we get to the end, turn the volume back down so we don't scare you when we come back. But we will be right back.
Hi everybody, this is
I'm muting.
Springsteen from Friday Night Vinyl. We are in some crazy times right now, and I speak here on behalf of Bill and Lenny from Friday Night Vinyl. Hopefully after watching this brief video, you will share and pass it on, and people will continue to pass it on, and I'm hoping that this is a good idea. I myself and my friends are fortunate to be in a position where during this crisis we're able to work from home and continue to earn our regular pay. And we also understand that there are many out there who can't. And this is where I want to go. I mean, when this is all done, those of us who weren't in a bad situation, you know, we're all looking forward to getting out to our favorite bar, some women to their hairdressers, to all these different places. Because believe me, when this finally comes to an end, we are all going out, and we are all going to see each other. But what I'm trying to call for here is, it's called doubling up, maybe even more than doubling up. So behind me is one of Friday Night Vinyl's favorite establishments, and we have some people in here who are always good to us, always take care of us. We spend every Saturday in there. We enjoy their company, and we're looking to, aside from our regular tip, when we get this government check, we're putting some money aside, and we're going to take care of the people who we know were not as fortunate. One of the biggest things I would say on Facebook is, you know what? Stop the politics. Stop it. Stop the politics on this. If you spend as much time that you spend on the politics in your posting, as opposed to maybe caring for somebody else that you can help out, it would be a great thing. But again, the biggest thing I would say here is, I would call this doubling up. When you go out for the first time, there's been weeks where you haven't spent that money. Put it aside. Take care of your favorite waiter or waitress. Take care of your, if you go to a breakfast or your restaurant or whatever. If you go to the supermarket, maybe on checkout, get 2 or 3, $20 gift cards and hand them out to the people who had to work during this stuff. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're in a fortunate position, let's go out there and make a difference. And we can do that now. And one of the things that Friday Night Vinyl we already started doing is, I have a friend who always puts the needs of others in front of themselves. And we already today, as of this recording, they have not received this yet, but they will. And we said, hey, we know that you put these other things in front of yourself. So if we took care of the things that they put in front of themselves, they were able to take care of themselves. So all I can say is, when we finally do go out, and while we're waiting to do that, put the money aside that you would be tipping now. You know, if you would go out and spend $200 on a meal today, and you would tip 20% or more, put that $40 aside. You're still saving the $200, but when you finally go out again, you're helping the people who have gone through a rough time. When 9/11 hit back in 2001, I was in an industry where I was financially hurt. There wasn't all these kind of things. I did get through it, but I did go through a major financial crisis, and I understand what that's all about. So whether it's a neighbor, you might have a neighbor who has the young kids and the babies, and you know that they're all hard workers. We're all hard workers. But you may say, hey, send them a $20, $30 gift card to maybe help them with diapers or formula or whatever. But if you're in a good position, let's try and spread some joy out there and help others. You know, it will come back 100-fold. So I'm hoping that my message, I call the message doubling up, but triple up, quadruple up. But let's all get together and help one another during this time. We are going to lead by example, and I hope you will follow. Thank you. Stay safe and stay healthy.
And we're back, and Lenny just took a nice big
I'm good.
bite of his granola bar there.
I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at a comment that he made before we came back on. So anyway, so we're back. So we're going to hit a couple of small lists that I think, Ed, you put out on Facebook.
Yeah, I put one of them out on Facebook. The other
Yeah,
one...
we have one of it. So we have a short list of 3 groups. Now this is kind of
it's not the size of the list, Lenny. It's what you do with it.
That's true. That is
it's
very
the content in that list.
Right.
And I think there's some really good content in those 3 lists.
It's the quality, not the quantity. Right. Whatever. So anyway, there's a list that we put out. We have the Beatles, the Stones, and Led Zeppelin. You got to rank them 1, 2, 3. Now for me, this was easy. Now I'm a big Beatles fan, so anyway, for me it's Beatles, Stones, and then Zeppelin's a little bit down here after them too.
Right.
For me, anyway.
And you know, for me, it's going to be the Stones, Beatles, and Led Zeppelin.
Right.
And then there's Bill.
That is really funny. So Ed and I match Stones, Beatles, Led Zeppelin.
Right.
I thought there might be a little more Led Zeppelin love around, but
well, here's the thing. I mean, you know, these are bands that if you put any one of these bands or several of these bands in any poll of bands, they're always going to be at the top. So that's why we kind of. That's why we we took them out. I mean, and these are bands, if you were rating percentage-wise, you're talking about a 99.8, a 99.7, and a 97 maybe.
Yeah.
You know,
sure.
So
now we have another small list that Ed didn't throw out.
So I just want, before you jump to the next one, I just want to say that recently I went back and tried to listen to Zeppelin stuff, and believe me, everybody out there that loves Zeppelin,
Scott Silverman.
They're great, you know.
Right.
Don't get me wrong.
That's right, Scott. Beatles forever, baby. So anyway, go ahead.
But going back and listening to Zeppelin recently, like in the last 5 years or so, that I was really a bigger fan of them when I was like a teenager.
Okay.
Now I go back and listen, and it's great.
Yeah.
But for me, when I put them up against Beatles and the Stones,
you can't. You can't. Yeah.
Right.
But who else can you put up with Beatles, Stones, and what else can you put as a third group to try to? There's really not too many.
Actually, the Night Runners.
Who?
The Cure.
Yeah, here you go.
The Cure.
Yeah, here you go. Okay.
Totally.
So anyway,
Pseudo echo, but that's too deep for everybody.
Right. So anyway, our next little small list.
Did you say hi to Scott Silverman?
Yeah, I did. Okay. I said Beatles forever. I acknowledged his comment because he's,
Yo, Scott, thanks for joining.
So anyway, our other small list, which is 3 artists, we had Billy Joel, Elton John, and David Bowie, ranked 1, 2, 3.
Right.
Why don't you go first on this one?
All right, I'm going to go first. For me, it's obviously going to be. For me, it's going to be obviously David Bowie, number 1.
Okay.
Then it's Billy Joel, and then it's Elton John, and Oh, that's.
I'm in agreement with you.
Hold on a second.
Let's mark this down on our calendar. Mark this down on our. Oh, we got the Perel. Oh, okay, Perel. My. There you go. Thank you.
I don't know where he's been.
It's not that we're standing like fucking 1 feet aside from each other, but anyway. So anyway, yeah, I agree with you. David Bowie of these three, and Billy Joel. In fact, it was kind of close between Billy Joel and Elton John, but
I will get
I would
controversial.
lean towards Billy
I
Joel.
actually put Billy Joel first.
You did?
And
Wow.
I don't have a problem with that.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, not at all. So who'd you have second?
David Bowie. And,
Okay. Then you had Elton John third. Okay.
So, I know. Well, I've seen Elton John, Billy Joel, and Bowie. I know.
Yeah,
Bill's seen Billy. You never saw
Elton
Elton John, no? Right?
I've
Bill?
not seen Elton John.
I saw Elton John with Billy Joel when they did the joint
At Vet
concert
Stadium.
At Vet Stadium.
I
yes.
saw it at.
I never saw
Citizens
him
Bank
by. I
Park.
never saw him by himself.
Right.
I saw Billy Joel by himself when we went last year when we
Right.
saw him at Citizens Bank. Yeah.
Smitty agrees with Ed. This.
Oh my
And
God.
Roy is looks like an Elton fan. Elton
He is an
number
Elton
one.
fan. Yeah.
But-
I
but-
would have to go Bowie number one out of.
But
these
I
three.
have. I mean, again, it's just like.
But it's close.
It
It's
doesn't
really
matter.
close. I love all three.
Right.
I love all three.
Yes. So.
So anyway, so we are going into our popish list, I guess.
Yeah,
I believe.
pop-ish. Keyword key is
Pop-ish.
ish. So.
Popish groups.
Yep. So I'm going to start off and just run down them real quick here. We have.
This is a 15.
All right. So I
list.
guess it would help if I could see that screen. We have the Police, Styx, Fleetwood Mac, Steely Dan, Bruce Springsteen, Queen, Journey, Electric Light Orchestra, Supertramp, the Doobie Brothers,
Which Doobie Ubi?
the Eagles,
Nice.
Dire Straits, the Cars, Foreigner.
Foreigner?
I was going to say Foreigner.
Foreigner?
Cheap Trick.
Okay.
Yes.
So we ranked this between Bill, Ed, and I. We did our consensus poll, and we're going to give you what we came up with our top 15 out of this list.
Yep.
And there was a lot of good stuff on here, Ed. I mean, this was a pretty decent list that you compiled.
So, in this compiled list, in this list,
Praise from Lenny right there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Surprise
I mean,
list.
even
You
our
suck, Ed.
even our rock, yeah, even our rock list is good too. I mean, it's a good list.
well,
It was
thank
kind of
you,
hard.
Larry. You get me all.
I had to put a lot
I'm
of
feeling
thought.
rather verklempt.
I had to put a lot of thought into where I was going to go with these next two lists.
Speaking of putting a lot of thought in it, but let's all take a while guess it was the first one that's being removed from our list.
Well, I know what mine. It's probably Bruce Springsteen, but he wasn't my
It's your home show.
He wasn't my
bottom.
bottom one, but he was close to my bottom. So what was it, Ed?
Bruce Springsteen was close to your bottom. You have something you have something you want to confess to?
Yeah, it was Bruce Springsteen put out his brand of toilet paper, which I was able to get, because of the shortage and everything.
I think it was called Born to Runs.
Yeah.
Scott has you under pressure. So for me,
So Bruce is vamoosing, right?
yes, yeah. So I have Springsteen at number 15 for me.
So
Same here.
so Springsteen was the number
Yes.
15. I had Springsteen at 13, believe it or not.
Well,
I believe it. You probably.
Well, I know you guys.
he touched his bottom.
Who I had at 15, you guys like a lot more than I do. So
Yeah.
that's all I can say.
Anyway, and God bless all you people out there that love Bruce Springsteen. Fine.
I know our
Look.
crowd is not a big Springsteen crowd,
but there are
but
tons
look.
of people. We don't get them.
All
We
right,
just don't get
I
them.
don't get
For
it.
me,
But
it's-
he's got some. I mean, that
Yeah.
Born to Run album was really
Oh yeah,
good.
the first four albums are really good. I have no problem
They
with
were
that.
good.
And I can understand if I was seeing Bruce on that first four album tour, Darkness on the Edge of Town, and he played for 3 hours, I probably would have had a good time.
Right.
But I always go that Bruce Springsteen was the safe rock star out there for people because he wasn't wearing makeup like Bowie and Elton John and Alice Cooper
Okay.
and all these other bands. So
All right, let's move on. Let's see who's the next one to vamoose.
Who's number 14, Ed?
this is actually a little bit of a surprise. But again, it comes down to. Remember, I have to do it like this.
All right. Who's
and-
number 14?
Is that the right one? That's this one. Fleetwood Mac.
Whoa!
That one?
I had them at number 10.
I don't know. I had them at number 14, so I guess I'm not surprised.
I had them at number 10. I know on this list you guys like certain groups that I...
He just so wants to say that one certain
I know.
two-word group.
Yeah.
2 words.
Two-word group.
I
Well, there's a couple groups on here that you guys like better than me that I can
Fleetwood
just
Mac
pick up.
at 12.
You had them at 12?
12, yeah.
I had them at 10. I had them a little high.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, like when Rumors came out, I couldn't stand them. I couldn't stand them at the least because they won all the friggin' Grammy Awards at the time. And, you know, back in the day, we were in Aerosmith, Kiss, Queen, and all them kind of Zeppelin. And, you know, so I was like, I used to piss me off that they used to win every award. But as I got older, as we got older, we kind of appreciated them a little more.
Well, I told you the story. The drummer in my band's sister was very good looking, and I knew she liked Fleetwood Mac, so I got tickets to take her to the concert. And I walked out of there realizing that the guy taking our toll at the Walt Whitman Bridge was actually her boyfriend. Okay. And also walking out with my jaw down that Lindsey Buckingham was an amazing guitar player, and that this band wasn't Stevie Nicks. This band was Lindsey Buckingham. So yeah, but I mean, on this list, I still put them at number 14.
Okay.
So
who's our number 13?
Number 13. Sorry, I have to. Electric Light Orchestra.
Ooh, number 13. I had them at number 8.
I had them at number 10. Here's the killer.
No.
Here's the killer.
Oh, I know that. The infamous
As good as their music is.
The infamous concert. Give me the keys.
I cannot forgive them for the concert that they did in 2018 that we went to?
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah. It was the infamous Give me the keys
Jeff,
concert.
you're a genius, but fuck you.
Yeah, and the thing is, I was so glad, because I was excited for you guys until I saw the set list, and I was just like, ugh.
Well, I never saw you saw them earlier.
I
never saw them, and at the time they were only doing like a 10 tour date, like North American tour, you know, so it was like, let's go.
Hey, we had a good time, you know.
Well, you and I did.
Well,
I mean,
Bill was on the parking lot.
Bill was in the parking lot for half the show.
But there was beer. There was beer and there was a chair.
Mary, give me the keys. Yeah.
Yes.
Where's the T? We should have had the T-shirt.
We should have T-shirts made up for that.
We should have. Yeah, we should. Hey, why don't you make one up real quick and put it on the press and show everybody what we have.
Don't blame me for making. Don't blame me for making this shirt. But here it is.
Mara, give me the keys. That was from the. I should have put like an ELO on there somewhere.
Yeah, so
that's where it like originated.
And that's the thing. Briefly, when we were exiting the building, that's when we met Scott Silverman real quick.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah,
I was at ELO. Wow.
Bill was already out in the car.
I was right in the car.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah.
Scott Silverman had ELO at number 9. So.
Well, I had him at 8. Yeah. Okay. So Ed, what's our number 12?
Any guesses based on what's left?
I have no idea.
Well, I know that, but besides,
I have no idea because I know what you guys like and I don't. So we're going to be off.
The next band to leave the building.
Number 12.
Eagles.
Number 12, the Eagles?
Yep, I had them at 13.
I had them at 7. Oh my God, we're way off here.
I like their hits.
11.
I like their hits.
Come on.
I like their hits, and I would go see them.
I like their hits. Their greatest hits album was like the top-selling album of all time at the time it came out.
Right, but unfortunately, there's other songs on those
Holy
albums
crap.
that
all the bands above them I like more.
Yes,
I don't. That was my number 7. Eagles were in my number 7
like Lenny
on this
needs
list.
a little tissue here. He's
God. I knew this was going to happen though. I really did know, because you threw some shit on here that I didn't like that you guys liked. So anyway.
So it must always be about you.
Yes.
Sorry, I'll put on Angel and Styx and
Angel. Whoa, wait a minute. I saw Angel at the Tower, by the way.
Oh, here we go. Another one of his stories.
Rick Derringer opened up.
Rick Derringer opened up for Aerosmith.
With this Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer nose. You could see it from like all the way to the back.
So, the next band to leave the
at
building
number 11
is We're taking a long way home. Supertramp.
I had them.
That's who I had.
I had them number 14. I know Ed, you had them higher.
I had him at 5.
5. Oh my God.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
that's
You had them 5 on this list.
Crisis
I
What
had him-
Crisis,
I-
great
I-
album.
Breakfast in
And-
America was their best album. That Crisis
Best
What
seller.
Crisis.
Crisis What Crisis. Oh, this is not good. We have Frankie. So if the camera starts shaking or whatever, we've got.
I hear it snort.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
we have
did.
Frankie in here.
What's up, buddy? Watch the
God,
wires.
yeah, here it goes.
Frankie
I don't know why
is-
she let him down here.
Plug.
All right, buddy, just go lay down.
Frankie's the best, though.
Yeah.
he is the
He's a
best.
great dog.
Yes,
a-
he is. Yeah.
So anyway, we're being terrorized right now. Frankie, squirrel.
Touchdown! Touchdown!
Go on, squirrel. Murray, call him up. Squirrel.
As you can see, there are these weird phrases that make him run away and do things.
Hold on, come on. Go on, squirrel. Up. Squirrel.
Oh, he likes chasing those squirrels.
This is professional YouTubing, everybody.
There you go.
Yeah, please close that door.
Anyway. Now, Frankie's a really cool dog,
Yeah.
great personality.
Yes, Frankie's the
If
best.
you met him, you would love him.
Yes. So anyway, where were we before
Oh,
we
well,
were...
Scott had the Eagles at number 3. Sorry,
You had
Scott.
the Eagles on number 3. I did 7. These guys have no clue, Scott. They really don't.
Yeah, it's about to get ugly, I think.
These guys. Bill's down here now. He was up here, now he's down here.
The
Okay.
next band...
It is about to get ugly.
The next band to leave the
Coming in at
building
number 10 on our list is...
is... Let's go here, and go there, and go... It must be... Steely Dan.
Steely Dan at number 10. I had him at 12.
I had him at 12.
Wow.
I had them at
Fist bump.
number
Pearl?
2.
You had him where?
2!
2!
They love Steely Dan.
Oh my God.
Steely Dan is awesome.
I didn't realize you liked them that much. Wow.
They're great.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Okay.
Steely Dan.
All right.
And for me, I as a kid, which was way before you were a kid, so you got on to them like late. I wasn't as big of a fan back then because I was more into heavier rock. But then when they came out with Asia, I was like, wow, this is great. And I kind of wish the rest of the albums were kind of produced.
Well, Scott,
like Asia.
Scott, if you're commenting on the ELO album that I suggested, I mean, I'm not a really. I mean, I'm sorry. What were we talking about? Supertramp. It's a little bit of delay here, Scott. So apologies. I'm not really a Supertramp fan, so I kind of like the hits.
So Scott Silverman said,
I think he's saying number 1 was Supertramp. Right?
nice, Scott. I like
Ooh.
that, actually.
Yeah.
And
Number
then
one
on
band.
this list, I seen every band with the exception of
I don't.
one.
Scott, Foreigner's on this list, and you put Supertramp above Foreigner. Come on, man.
I seen every band on this list except for one.
Okay.
And 2 of the bands, I saw their lead singer, Dire Straits and Supertramp,
Okay.
solo, and they did their songs. There's only one band on this list that I did not see live in any way, shape, or form. Unfortunately, I would have liked to have seen them.
Okay.
But that's enough about me.
Yeah, really. So where were we at? We're at number 9. What's our number 9 on this list?
You know, it's all about
On our
making Lenny
con-
happy.
on
It's
our-
all about making Lenny happy.
On our
here.
controversial list. Yeah, is Dire Straits or Cheap Trick coming off yet?
Dire Straits is
Hey.
coming off.
I had them at 15.
They're
Dire
my number
Straits.
7 because you just don't get music,
I
dude.
don't get them at all.
Here's where we're blown up. Number 3.
Yeah, I know.
I had
I
it
knew
number
that was
7.
going. I knew that was going to happen. I know.
Oh, their body of work, and I'll tell you, the Brothers in Arms is the album I hate the most. That
I
would
don't
be
hate
the
it, but it's why
bottom of the
I-
barrel
Yeah,
for
Dire
me.
Straits. He's not. I don't. Out of this list, that's my least favorite group.
I think somebody
I'm
needs
sorry. I'm
a little-
sorry.
I think somebody needs a little Dire Straits intervention.
No, I do not.
I wonder if they have that in 5.1.
Lenny, your musical taste is in Dire Straits.
Oh wow!
Nice.
Wow!
Nice.
Wow! So anyway, what's our number 8 group, Ed?
Our number 8 group.
Wow, Supertramp from Foreigner number 2. Okay, Scott, you're cool. Foreigner's number 2. All right.
The Doobie Brothers are taking it to the street. I have them at my number
8.
6.
At number 8. I had him at 9.
Me too, Len.
All
Finally.
right,
common
okay.
ground.
We agree on something.
The
Common
Doobie,
ground.
I mean, for me, the Doobie Brothers, I didn't like the Doobie Brothers actually until Michael McDonald joined the group.
Mhm.
You know, he's one of my favorite vocal. I mean, I love his style, love his soulful style. He joined them in '77 with "Living on the Fault Line," and then that followed by Minute." They were two really good albums by them.
Minute by Minute's my favorite.
Yeah. But "Living on the Fault Line" was good too because I kind of listened to a few songs off of there. Really good, really good.
I've seen
love Michael McDonald's voice.
I've probably seen them about 8 or 9 times, the Doobie Brothers. And the thing is that with the Doobie Brothers is you don't need one album from them.
Right.
You go to the show, you're going to know every song, and you're going to get up and jump. And we went. He sold the Doobies
we saw
at the
they
Tower.
up for Peter Frampton at the Tower
I saw
6 years ago or something like that.
Right. I saw Michael McDonald solo just about 2 years ago or so, 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, wow, he's still touring. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
really good show.
But so Scott, while we're going to the next thing, I'll look for your comment here. Did you ever get to see Supertramp live? I unfortunately, one of my closest friends got married when they actually reunited, and I think they played the Mann Music Center. So I couldn't go see them, but Bill and I did see Roger Hodgson at the Borgata, and he even played some deep tracks by Supertramp, like stuff from. Even in the quietest moments, he played like Bajabi and deeper things that you may not be familiar with.
I'm not. That's good. It was him and a piano, and he had a guitar player.
Guitar sax player, yeah.
So anyway, Scott had Dire Straits at 14. So
well, you know what? Scott can't always be right.
So where are we at? We're at number 7. What's our number 7 on this list, Ed?
Number 7.
Cheap Trick's got to come off sometime here. Come on, man. What's coming off? Cheap Trick. Come on.
Can you see the smile on my face?
Journey.
Journey.
Come on, man.
Poof.
And number 7 on this list, I had him at number 3. I had Journey at number 3.
I had Journey at number 11.
Where'd you have him, Bill?
6.
Okay. I knew you were going to have him. I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. I just knew it.
He knew it.
I knew it. I had him at 3 on this list. I mean, I'm going by... vocalist. You know what I mean? Steve Perry. I love Steve Perry.
You're going to tell me that Robin Zander's voice sucks?
No.
Okay.
But Steve Perry's is better.
Okay. What's he been doing lately?
Yeah. Scott
he came out with his solo album last year.
Oh, here.
Scott has seen Supertramp a number of times, it looks like.
Oh, wow.
At the Manny song. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, you know what it was? Now that I'm seeing it was 1983.
Right.
I remember the reason why I couldn't go to the Mann Music Center because it was in May.
You were banned from there for streaking in the parking lot?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he saw Supertramp at the Mann Music Center in May.
Okay.
And it was within the first 2 weeks, and my son was born on May 15th.
Oh, okay.
So it was very close to the due date, and that's why I didn't go. Right. It wasn't a wedding. I remember the story before, so yes, I can tell you, Scott, you saw Supertramp at the Mann Music Center in May of 1983.
So in hindsight, Ed, would you have went? No, I'm like,
no, not for this.
I'm like it.
Yeah, not. Yeah.
Bill's shaking his head.
I would rather go into the Steve Perry solo tour.
There you go.
Oh, Sherry. But anyway.
So where are we at? Number
I don't know. I'm all
7.
Discombobulated.
We're at number
now.
7. We're at number 7.
All right. So the next band to leave the building is. We're about to get War with the Worlds here.
You got to be kidding me.
Foreigner.
Foreigners coming off at number 6? Yeah, we're at number 6.
Yeah, come on, number 6.
I had it at number 4. I had Foreigner at 4.
I had Foreigner at number 9 in this list.
You must have had them right, Bill.
I had it at 7.
Okay,
so
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the middle there, they're fine.
Yeah, what's Cheap Trick still doing on this freaking list?
Cheap Trick
Come on, man. No, they're not. Not Foreigner. You can't put Foreigner below Cheap Trick. Come on, man.
The Dream Police, they live inside of my head.
No
You want to take it outside, Lenny?
No way. Let's go, Bill. Come on, let's go.
I'm going to break the curfew and go over there.
Oh, yeah, let's go, man.
I think we lost Scott Silverman.
Scott, where you
at? Come back. Come back to the light, Scott. Come back to the light.
Lord, how can you have a Supertramp show without Roger Hodgson? That's crazy.
So anyway, for all you Foreigner fans out there, which aren't these two guys. Aside from their first 4,
number 7.
Their first 4 albums were
Come
really.
on, man.
Okay, let's talk Foreigner for a little bit.
Yes, let's talk
First 4 albums were really good.
Because we're going to talk a shitload of Cheap Trick.
I know we are. First 4 albums were really good, right? No, come on.
Yes.
Okay.
There's never an argument there.
Anyway, I know we brought this up a few times, but in 1995 they came out with an album called Mr. Moonlight.
Yeah, and I thought
which is a really good album. It's a
really
good album.
Good, and it was,
Lou Gramm was still the lead vocalist at the time. It was in '95. It was released. And
he actually left and come back.
He left and came back, and if you guys never heard that album, look it up. Mr. Moonlight, 1995 from Foreigner.
It's surprisingly good.
It's a surprisingly good album.
Onto it, I listened to it like, wow, that is a good
record.
album.
It is a good album, yes.
Yeah, and Scott, and the thing is, this is like the Foreigner debut album, and again, it came out the same time as the Cars debut album because that was their initial tour. They both, and I go back to this, they toured on the first album together,
right?
And the prize that they were giving away as publicity was a foreign car.
Right.
And
oh wow.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
So it was a Cars of Far. I mean, so I have nothing. I mean,
a Yugo?
I put it was an AMC Pacer. No, I mean I have no problem with any. I put them on the list because I think they're all good bands, and I wanted to make it tough. But I had to put it in my order as opposed to what I like. But I mean,
right.
Apparently it's supposed to be all about Lenny, and I didn't
get
that memo, Bill.
I still can't believe Cheap Trick is still on this list right now. In a top 5. There's no way they deserve to be in the top 5.
Oh, they deserve to be here.
No, they do not.
If you like the Beatles, I don't know how you don't like Cheap Trick.
I mean, I like them, but they're not that good.
Guess what band's leaving next?
Cheap Trick, I hope. At number 5.
No Queen.
It can't be Queen.
Cheap Trick.
All right. I had them at number 11, Cheap Trick, on this list.
I had them at number 3.
Yeah, I know. You guys had them high. I knew that was going to happen.
Cheap Trick.
Between Cheap Trick, Dire Straits, and Supertramp, I knew you guys had them ranked a little high.
God forbid if we rank them the way we like them. I didn't realize.
Now,
Bill,
Scott said that Foreigner's debut was 77 and Cars was 78.
Right, but they were opening acts for other bands, but by the time both albums were selling a shitload, they threw them both together, and I don't think they were on the same label.
Did you ever see Foreigner with Lou Gramm live at all?
No, that's the only band on this list I never saw.
I saw them at the Spectrum. It was like a September back-to-school spot. I forget who else was on the bill.
And I should have seen them open for the Stones.
Okay. But it was like a back-to-school kind of special, like early September. Mm-hmm. And I don't know who else was on the bill, but I saw them live, and I was the only time I saw them. I saw them once.
I would have liked to see them.
I was very grateful to see them.
Well, actually, real quick story.
Oh.
My car was in the shop for a weekend, and my one friend, quotations now, said, hey, if you go with me to this concert on Saturday night, I'll drive and we can go see this concert tomorrow night.
Right.
So the concert on Saturday night, I get in the car and I was going to see Bob Dylan. Whoop-de-frickin' do. Okay? But I was going with the promise of I was getting the tickets. That was the gas money.
Well, if there wasn't the promise of sex afterwards, then it wasn't worth going. It was a female.
It was horrible.
Okay.
So I went to that show, and I talked to him the next day, and he's like, "What? Huh?" And it was Foreigner 4, and the opening act was Billy Squier on the Emotions in Motion tour. So you're talking about Billy Squier had a bunch of hits.
Yeah, but that wasn't when that video came out.
No, it wasn't that
kind of
video.
killed him. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, where are we at? Number 4 on our list is...
Oh, I got to look at this, don't I?
Yeah, that would be good.
All right. This band will... Let's go. Where are they? I have to pull this over and go here and say that this band will no longer be rocking the paradise. Styx.
I had them at number 2.
Styx, where'd I have them?
Where'd you have Styx, Bill?
I had Styx at 8.
8?
I had them at 8 too.
Yeah.
Get out of here. I had them at 2. Maybe that's why they got up to 4. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I remember I had the Lady.
Right middle, man.
Lady, I guess, was the first the single when Lady came out that got me into them. I remember I had the single and it was on. Do you remember Wooden Nickel Records?
Roughly, yeah. It sounds familiar.
It was on Wooden Nickel Records and was the label was actually was like wood. You know, it was brown with wood. Wooden Nickel Records. I remember because I have the single. I still have it. I still have it. And so that's what got me into them. And I was lucky enough to see them open for Aerosmith. Back, I don't know what year it was.
Yeah, it was
It was the year like.
I think it was on the Grand Illusion. It was the Grand
Illusion.
Illusion.
Yeah, because
tour.
they did Miss America. I remember them doing Miss America,
which is not on the Grand Illusion. It's on.
I know, but I'm saying
right.
No, Miss America is on Grand Illusion. It's not on Equinox.
Oh, Miss America.
Miss America.
Not Sweet Madame Blue.
No,
right.
I didn't. How did you mistake Miss America for Sweet Madame
Blue? Because
it's
Sweet Madame Blue. They go America, America,
oh, okay. All right.
America.
Okay.
So now you see the.
Right. But I mean, my memorable moment of that concert was Dennis DeYoung goes, "What time is it?" And everybody screams out, "Time for Aerosmith."
Yeah.
I guess most of the people were there for Aerosmith.
I got to see Styx on the Paradise Theater tour, which was a great tour.
Yeah.
And great. Yeah. Yes, Wood Nickel was Styx' first
right.
record label.
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Before we go on to the next one, how do we feel about our top three here?
Let's see. Of our top three, I have only one in my top three.
I have
of the top three.
I'm feeling pretty good. I feel good about the top three.
I mean, the other ones are close, but only one of the three I have in my top three.
I have two in the top three, and
I think
one of them I had at number 4.
I think everybody kind of. I think what our consensus got a feeling what our number one group's going to be out of here. But anyway, so what's the next one to leave the building at number 3?
The next one to leave the building.
I got a feeling it's going to be the Cars.
I have a feeling that when you look at William Musil here, there's a
going to
little song.
It's going to be the Police.
There's a little song on Sheer Heart Attack called "Killer Queen."
Get the hell
and
out of
he
here.
was the Killer Queen.
Are you serious, Bill? Come on, man.
I don't like Queen.
Queen
You don't like Queen?
I set that up. I was just like,
Queen's coming off at number 3?
he had it at like 14 or
Get
15.
the frick
for
out of
Queen.
here.
I know.
They were my number
That's
one.
not
Were
true,
they your
Ed.
number
They were
one?
my
That's
number
not
one.
true.
Queen was
I
my
had
number
thir-
one.
They were my number one.
I had 13.
You, Bill, you ignorant slut.
Look.
That's why we can't have kids on the show.
I know, man. You know, that's
Guys,
it. That's it.
just
For our
for-
final show, he's out. He's
Scott-
out. We got to bring Ben back in.
Or Scott Silverman.
Or Scott Silverman, yeah.
This
Or
is
Christopher
based on
Tisdale.
how I like
King
it.
Crimson would have been top on the prog list if we had him
I'm
here.
not saying Queen sucks. I'm just saying.
No, you're not saying they suck. At 13
I like these,
on this
I
list?
personally like these other bands better, so that's why Queen's at the bottom.
Man, oh man, oh
What?
man.
I know
What
Ben
the
would be
hell can
happy
I
right
say?
now.
What the hell can I say? Wow, I thought Queen was going to be our number. So that's number 3. So number 2,
To leave the building,
at number 2 is...
and which will reveal our number 1.
Right.
The Cars are leaving the building.
I had them at number 5.
And I had them at number 4, and I had the Police.
I had the
At
Police
number 2.
I had the Police at number 6. I know Bill probably had them at number 1. Bill, did you have the Police at number 1, buddy?
I did.
You did it. Of course you did. Okay.
I feel.
I had them at 6.
First off, with the Police at number 1, they put out 5 albums, 6 albums tops, right?
Something like that. It wasn't.
And
It wasn't much.
every album was good.
Yeah,
With the exception of,
good.
I wasn't as big on Ghost in the Machine album as much, but you had
But I mean,
Zenyatta Mandati, your favorite
yeah,
album, let's
okay.
say.
I'm glad you said it in some
Outlaw Andos de Amor, Regata de
Right.
Blanc.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had some good stuff, but for me,
It's some.
I like the Cars better. Song for song, I like the Cars better than the Police.
For me, the Police do not have a bad record.
Okay.
that's kind of how I feel. Yes, they don't have a bad record. And the Cars, Panorama.
well,
Right.
yeah. Well,
Except for when Ben's here and he argues
right.
how great that album
well, he
was.
wears the shoes. He wears the shoes all the time.
Yeah.
The Panorama shoes. Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, that's our list there. So we have a video or something.
Yeah, we got a
coming up,
video
man?
from Robert Hagman. It's talking about ZZ Top, a band who did not make our list.
Right. So after Robert's list, we're going into our top 15 of the heavy rock bands. So stay tuned. This is going to be good.
Gotcha. Before we leave though, so it's on CZ Top. For you people, Netflix. There's a Netflix there's a documentary on Netfllix
Okay.
right now
Right.
about CZ Top.
Okay.
And it's not bad. It's not bad. It's
All right.
interesting. It's current day. There were a couple of old guys, but
Oh, cool.
it's worth watching.
Nice.
All right.
All right.
Cool. We'll be right back in
Right back.
3 minutes.
Hey, all you Friday Night Vinyl fans, it's Robert. Hope you're enjoying the show. Mainly, and most importantly, hope you're staying safe and social distancing. I can't, unfortunately. Home Depot has decided to remain open based on provincial guidelines, and limiting to 50 customers at a time, which has been a little difficult, a little stressful, but because some don't want to abide like others do. So we're taking as many precautions as possible. But anyway, enough about that. On to something fun. I wanted to share with you, after watching a documentary about this little band from Texas, I went and picked myself this up. Great box set featuring the 10 albums, first 10 albums from ZZ Top. Awesome box set. Has their first album, which is, to me, a simply amazing debut album. Super bluesy. Just highlights Billy Gibbons' playing. He's an amazing guitarist. The later albums, as good as they are, don't really show his abilities, I don't think. Excuse me. Also has Rio Grande Mud, Tres Hombres, Fandango, Teja, Diguelo, El Loco, Eliminator, Afterburner, and Recycler. I think for the price, it was under $40 Canadian. I'm not sure what it would be in the States, but for the price, it's a great box set. I do have most of these in album format, vinyl format, but I wanted to get this complete package, and it sounds great. They've done a really good job in packaging it, and no booklet, no information such as that, but just the albums themselves. But I just wanted to share that with you. Joined by my kitty cat Sally. I'm not sure what my doggies are, but again, mainly I just want you guys to be safe and to be conscious of what's going on. And it's a great show, great format. It takes you away from all the crap that's out there. So anyway, take care, enjoy the rest of the show, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye bye.
So we got Ben on the line right now.
Oh, we're back. Okay.
Yeah, he wants to bitch about our car's choice being number 2.
No. I have no problem with that being number 2, but there's no way Cox is better than Cars. No way. I'm sorry. Queen should have been. Everyone knows Queen should have been number 1.
No shit, Ben.
Yeah.
Don't screw the Queen show, man. We all know.
Can you repeat that? Because we
He
can't
can't.
hear what
Yeah,
you're
it's
saying.
not. It's not that.
All right, here.
It's not that loud.
Go ahead. Repeat it, Ben.
Okay. Don't screw the Queen because
That's worse, Ed.
The microphone's
Can
here,
you
Ed. The microphone's
Just
here.
say what he's saying.
Finish third or fourth, but not behind the police.
All right.
Sorry.
All right. Well, we appreciate your commentary.
Learn how to go on YouTube and comment on
Yeah,
there.
you
Ben.
got to learn how to
Come
get on
man.
YouTube. All right, look, I got to go. We've got something going on
Yeah,
here.
we got a show going on here, Ben. Come on, man.
Ed, can you repeat for the audience and for me what Ben was
He was
saying?
bitching about Queen. He went.
No,
seriously. What
he
was
said
saying?
Queen should have been
Queen
number
should have been
1.
number 1.
Queen should have been number
And he's
one.
a
Idiot.
huge car fan.
Yes.
Cars fan. Yeah.
But he said Queen should have been number 1, and no way the cops should have been ahead of the cars.
That's pretty
cops.
funny. I like that.
Yeah.
All
Right. Yeah. Here you go.
Well, we can tell him later. I'll message
Well,
him on
he can
YouTube.
hear us, but
Yeah.
he can't comment because
Right. He's commenting on Facebook, Bill. We're getting-
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
If he wants to join us, he could make these comments live.
That would be
but
nice, wouldn't it?
He needs to figure out how to use YouTube.
I know. Go figure, right?
Thank you, everybody else that's out there watching.
Yes, yes.
I can figure out YouTube.
All right, so we got a great list coming up now.
Yes,
Ed.
we do.
That's
If you
the
can get
rock
off your
list.
phone and
No,
like-
that's where the list is, dude.
Oh, okay. There you go. So we got our heavy rock list coming
But didn't
up.
Bill want to say something brilliant?
Oh, I'm sorry. You had something brilliant to say, Bill?
I don't believe so.
Oh, okay.
Neither do I.
I know. I mean, there's a first time for everything, but I don't
Exactly.
Think
Exactly.
I don't think it's tonight.
All right.
So anyway, we got a great list coming up for our final 15 list.
Oh,
So,
I
Ed,
know.
let's
I know
reveal
what it was.
Okay.
There was the question about the audience poll. So
That's right. Yeah,
we're
Scott.
doing this whole thing, and
Yeah.
then earlier today, when I got on here and tried to make sure everything was good for tonight,
Right.
for some reason, I didn't get a new computer or delete anything. All the settings on the show were whacked, and the sound was horrible, and I was
Right.
down here for like an hour and a half.
Right.
So then I was supposed to have off the rest of the day, and I got pulled into a
Right.
3.5 hour meeting at work, and I had no time.
Right.
At 5:30, these guys are texting me saying, I got no time.
Right.
I'm still putting the show together. So
Right.
I will eventually put the poll together for the
Yeah,
audience.
yeah, we will. So anyway, so as we're going through our list, you guys are commenting where
Right.
you had it. So just continue to do that because, Ed, this has been a tough week for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And preparation-wise, it was kind of rough this week.
Working from home is
Obviously.
great,
Yeah.
but sometimes working from home means that
Right.
everybody knows you're home.
Right.
And you're
So,
stuck.
right. So as we go through our list, you guys are commenting where you guys had it, which is great. So just continue to do that, and we'll get through it. So anyway, so we got a top 15 heavy rock list.
Heavy rock.
Heavy rock. Let's go,
everybody.
Ed.
Get ready.
Who's on our top 15, Ed?
All right.
In no particular order.
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears,
No. Black Sabbath. There we go.
Christina Aguilera. No.
Judas Priest.
There you go.
Van Halen. AC/DC.
This is in no particular order.
Right.
Motorhead. Deep Purple. Rush. The Who. Aerosmith. Kiss.
How did Kiss get on there?
Thin Lizzy. I don't know. Oh, that's right. I put it together. Alice
That's right.
Cooper. Lynyrd Skynyrd.
And
Heart. And Grand Funk Railroad.
So this is our top 15 list. Now we're going to reveal our consensus of our top 15, going from 15 to number 1.
Right.
And this should be interesting, to say the least.
Yeah. Well, Michael Field's not
He's not here. but
here.
Thank
and-
God, I think,
Yeah, I think because
because I got a feeling what's coming off at number 15.
I think our number 15. It's an acquired taste.
Yes.
And I like it. It's fun and all that stuff. But I will say that maybe if I'm driving the car, there's some stuff I would love to have on just so I could hit 90 miles an hour.
Okay.
But to sit home and put an album on, I'm not sure of.
Okay.
But the first band we all know, Leaving the Building, based on what I'm saying, is going to be Motorhead.
Motorhead.
I
yeah.
had it at my number 15.
I had him at 15 also.
No.
Get out of here. Where'd you have him?
Well,
Okay, well, you had him kind of low.
Yes.
Yeah, of all these groups, Motorhead is my least favorite.
Lemmy, baby.
I go Ace of Spades and then whatever for me.
Lemmy. It's
But
all
again-
about Lemmy.
But again, I have seen Motorhead
I have not.
live.
Okay, good for you.
No,
Okay.
So, the next band to leave the building.
And number 14. This should be interesting. Who's coming off it?
Any idea?
I would say Lynyrd Skynyrd.
I would say that you are correct.
Wow. I had them at 14.
Oh, wait. There we go. Here.
Was it Lynyrd Skynyrd? Okay.
Yes, it was. Lynyrd
So Lynyrd Skynyrd's coming off at number 14. I had
I
him
have
at
it
14.
13.
So far, I am like right on.
I had
You're
him
like
at
Ace of
14 too.
Spades.
Would you have him at?
I had it at 14,
14?
too, Lenny.
Yeah.
My man.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Lynyrd Skynyrd. I tried to do a southern. I tried
Lenny,
to do a.
virtual fist bump.
Yeah.
Here you go. Do I have to Perel for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me
you
just
never
in
know.
case. Just in case.
You never know what these cameras.
You
can
never
do.
know. Yeah. Okay.
But Lynyrd Skynyrd, I mean, the thing with Lynyrd Skynyrd that was really sad was they came out with the album with Ooh That Smell and Street Survivors.
That's
with
it.
the
Yeah.
And that was a great album, but other stuff that they did was not necessarily all my cup of tea. I liked it. Give me two steps and
Right.
Sweet Home Alabama, Freebird,
But
obviously.
of this group that you
But of this
compiled,
group, yeah.
Nah.
On this group, let's go. But I don't dislike Lynyrd Skynyrd at all.
No, I don't dislike them, but
No.
with this group, nah. 14. We're okay. Coming in at number 13. I know my number 13 is not going to be our number 13. I know for sure. So anyway, Ed, what's number 13?
Number 13 is Judas Priest.
Judas Priest. I had them at 10.
Lenny,
I had them at 14.
Yes.
another virtual fist bump.
Oh, another one. Oh, man. You know,
10, number
I'm not going to
10.
have any fingerprints after this. You know, it's
He's
like, Jesus
chafing.
Christ.
Number 10
Holy
for
crap.
me, too.
Yeah, I
You're
had them
good.
at number 10.
You know,
Ed must have had them kind of low.
To
You must have had them kind of
I
low.
always go with Judas Priest. Like, I mean, they got really big, and it's like, okay, the Green Mahalishi.
Did you see them live?
Judas Priest?
Yes.
Yes, I did. You know what?
When did you see them?
I saw them at Live Aid. I forgot they did.
Live Aid doesn't fucking
Doesn't
count.
matter.
No,
It doesn't count.
I saw them do Green
I know, I'm
Mahalishi, Living After Midnight, and I think it was Breaking the Law. And they were good.
Had to be breaking the law.
Yeah.
I saw them open
Electric
for.
Eye.
I saw them open for.
Kiss.
There you go.
The
Of course.
but the thing but
1980. 1980.
Screaming
on the
for
Dynasty
Vengeance
tour.
to me was a great album.
Right.
And then, prior to that, British Steel.
Anyway, Bill, on that Kiss, when I saw them open for Kiss, we were fifth row for that fucking concert.
No.
And Judas Priest was awesome, man. I dug them. I wasn't that familiar with them at the time.
Right.
But like after the show, I was like, they're really good. You know.
So Scott's saying, I'm not sure the Who are heavy metal. This really isn't a heavy metal category.
It's a heavy-ish.
It's just a heavy-ish category.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Yeah.
listen to some of the stuff in Quadrophenia and Won't Get Fooled Again. That's some heavy stuff. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
For 60s
Right.
kind of stuff.
Right, we didn't-
60s, early
Well, it
70s.
seems like some of these are metalish.
Yeah.
So yes.
Just last note on Judas Priest.
Right.
Rob Halford did a real interesting project in the late 90s
Fight.
called Two. No?
Oh.
Called Two with Trent Reznor. It's kind of an industrial-ish thing. And it's really good. I mean, it's in my genre of, like, industrial rock.
Right.
But really, it's real quality stuff. Two, TWO, as in the number.
Oh, not
Check it out.
TOO, not as not TOO,
As in
TW
preposition.
WO.
or TO.
T-O,
TO. Okay.
But also, I actually
It's one of
really
them
liked
nights
the
tonight.
band
okay.
he had, Fight.
Okay.
Fight
was
wasn't
another-
bad.
Yeah, Fight was pretty good too. So let's remove our next.
Yes, Schmitty, that was the tickets you got, fifth row for us when Judas Priest opened for Kiss. Yep, you are absolutely correct.
Use the next one to Vamoose.
Where are we at? Number 12. What's coming off at number 12?
The boys are no longer in town.
The Lizzy that is not.
I had
fat.
them number 8 on my list.
I had them at number 12.
I kind of liked them a little more than you guys did, I think.
13.
Yeah, I liked them a little more.
Well, the thing is, this is
I don't care about their albums didn't sound that great because they weren't produced and blah, 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 and their live album was very, blah, blah, blah. I know where you're going with this. But their songs were good.
Am I that predictable?
Yes, you are. You actually posed for a picture of Phil Lynot's statue in Ireland, I believe it was.
I love Thin Lizzy.
And he was a bass player, Bill. What the fuck, man?
I know. I go back to the list of how much I like all of these bands.
Okay.
And compared to these other bands,
I know, yeah, right.
Lizzy is
Gotcha.
at 13.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I had them at number 8.
If I didn't,
liked them a little
If I
better.
didn't like them, they would not be on this list.
Exactly. There you go. Okay. Where are we at? Number 11, Ed. What's our number 11?
Number 11. They are an American band.
About time they came off.
Grand Funk Railroad.
I had them at 13.
I had them at number 3.
I had them low. Wow, Bill, you must have had them low. Must have had them at 15.
3, Ed.
You had them number 15, Ed.
dude,
Ed,
they're
Bill.
my old-
I had him at number 15.
I had-
Look,
you had
he'll
to.
tell you. He'll tell you. They were one of my all-time
Yeah,
favorite
yeah, it
bands.
never was
I
his
know,
favorite.
I know you
Yeah.
love them.
I don't
know
get
you
them.
love them.
They're
I
good,
don't-
but
I don't get it.
You
I
did
don't-
like the live album.
I don't
I
either,
don't
Bill.
think they suck.
Thank you,
but
man. Another virtual fist bump.
I don't think they
Oh, we're
suck,
losing. We're losing signal.
But then compared
Wow,
to
we're actually gaining viewers, Ed, because we took
'cause we're
Grand
making
Funk
good
off.
choices. It's like, wait, these two guys, the guy on the screen and the other one, really know what they're talking
I know.
about.
This other guy, man, it's like, what the hell's going on with him? So anyway,
Oh wait.
Focus
We
gone.
lost
Sorry,
Bill.
everybody.
We lost Bill.
We lost Bill.
Oh, we
right
lost
on.
Bill. We're still getting
Roy's
audio.
like right on, Len. So I get Bill. He agrees with you too. He froze.
He froze again. Wow.
Okay, so where are we at? Number 10. What's our number 10?
Oh, I got to look at this again.
Yes, you do. Coming in at number 10 on our list. This should be interesting. He's coming off at number 10.
All right.
Now, Bill and I don't know what the order is. Only Ed knows. So we're just as surprised as you guys. So what's number 10?
Deep Purple.
Deep Purple coming off at number 10. I had them at number 9.
I had him at number 11.
So we
No,
must.
I think I had him a
we
little
must.
higher.
We must have had them all around the same.
Hold on, so one second.
Deep Purple.
Deep
Sorry,
Purple.
Deep Purple.
Coming off at our number 10.
Yeah, no, I had them at number 6. I really like Deep Purple.
Okay.
I like them a lot.
I had them
And
at
it's-
9. I had them at
It's
9.
been a recent discovery, actually, over the
Okay.
last 5 years. They're
All right.
a really good band.
Okay. Yes, they are.
Yep.
They are good. Yeah.
And again,
Don't disagree.
I mean, Machine Head I think is
Yeah.
a great
Well, I
album.
had Machine Head. Yeah.
And then Burn when David Coverdale, I mentioned how I thought song for song that was really good.
Right.
And then the comeback album had dun, 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 dun,
I wasn't into him after that. So.
yeah, they had 2 big hits.
Okay.
Somebody help me out here with that album because you know why Agent Provocateur is like blocking me and it's not.
Who was the lead singer?
I'm sorry,
It
what
was
did
Ian
I
Gillan. It was
Ian Gillan?
It was the album that came out in the 80s. Deep
My
Purple.
Woman from Tokyo?
No, that was in the 70s.
Whoa.
No, do you remember my name?
Obviously, you don't.
Yeah, no, but the
Not
album.
knocking at your back door.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
don't be knocking. That's what Bruce was doing to him. But if you're watching the show earlier, you would understand it. That's why you need to watch the whole thing.
That's right. Yeah.
No, what's the album called? Come on.
Oh, what's the album called?
Yeah, the album.
Give me 2
It was
seconds.
a really good album. It was a very good album.
Bill, look it up.
But that I put there. I mean, one of the first albums I ever listened to in my life was
Perfect
Shades.
Strangers?
Perfect Strangers.
Okay,
Thank
there
you.
you go. Okay, thank you, Bill.
All right. Okay.
All right, so what's our number 9, Ed?
All right. So, Bill, have a nice. No. The next band to
Coming off at
leave
number 9
the building
is Bill Frozen.
is. Yeah, Ben just texted me Perfect Strangers. Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath is number
I was
9.
not a Black Sabbath fan during that time because I was not a fan of Ozzy's voice.
I had them at 6.
Then, when Dio joined, I loved the Dio era.
Come
as
on, man.
brief it
How
was.
did you not like the Ozzy era?
Well, I didn't like his voice. But then when Ozzy came out with the solo stuff, remember that great album?
It's the same voice. It's the same voice now.
They tweaked it a little bit.
It's not,
But
his
I'm used
voice
to
did
it
not
now.
change.
But I'm used to it now.
All right.
And now I'm more into earlier
Whatever.
Black Sabbath
Okay.
now than I was.
Okay.
I had Sabbath at number 9, so I'm right.
I had him
right.
at 6. I'm a little higher than you.
I had him at 10, so
Okay.
I'm not.
All right.
Oh, they're at 9, so yeah. So
Okay. Cool. So, coming off at number 8 on our list is
they'll do dirty deeds done dirt cheap.
wow,
AC/DC.
AC/DC. Coming off at number 8.
I'm listening.
I had
Serious listening.
I had it number 5. I had him kind of high. Where'd you have him,
At
Bill?
number 11.
Oh, you had him low. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't dislike AC/DC, but when I have to rank them against these other bands, they're just not a band that ever really hit me that hard.
I mean, obviously you're a little younger than Ed and I, but I was into him way back when Bon Scott was still alive.
Yeah.
I was
listen to
really
that
into
stuff,
him
and it's
then.
Great.
Yeah, and I was into back then before I can't.
Yeah.
His name escapes me. Who's the guy?
Bon Scott?
No, who's the guy?
Johnson or whatever.
That's it. Yeah,
Brian Johnson.
Brian
Yeah.
Johnson. Thank you. I was, when Bon Scott passed away, we were, I know Schmitty, Michael Smith, same thing. We were both big ACD fans with Bon Scott. And Brian Johnson was just like a karaoke kind of thing. I mean, he sounded exactly like Bon Scott. And I think like with Brian Johnson, that was like I think that he was the only lead singer that actually was able to replace the original guy.
And they found him.
And they found him, actually replace the original guy and still go on to bigger success than what they were before.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's the only the only band that was able to do that.
I had AC/DC at 9, and for me, AC/DC in the beginning, as during my musician years, I felt it was cheap and blah 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 blah, and I grew out of that. And part of it was like you guys were with Kiss.
Right.
Slater's brother was my guitar player in my band.
Okay.
Slater was a bass player.
Okay.
And Slater would literally jump up on the sofa. If you're sitting there, he would jump up on the sofa and play the bass, and it would just be nonstop AC/DC.
Okay.
AC/DC, AC/DC.
Okay.
So, anyway, that's...
All right.
Yeah, I mean, but I still love
That could be
AC/DC.
dramatic, Ed. I think I now understand why you don't like bass players.
All right, Ed, so what's our number 7 on this great list that you came up with?
You could have seen some, a therapist or something and gotten over it. We could actually be friends.
So who's number 7 on this great list that you came up with? It.
All right, so the next... I just got to go down here and see what order... Oh. The next one to leave the building...
At number 7.
They like to rock and roll on...
Get the F out of here.
No. Who are you? Who are you?
Number 7?
Yes.
I had them at 11.
Yeah, you said. I had them at number 7, so they're actually going off right where I had them.
Ed, come on, man. We saw them live, and I wasn't a big fan.
Well, you didn't see the best kind of
I
performance.
did not.
But
I did
still,
not.
Still,
At least I can say I saw them live.
yeah, and you heard some classic songs live.
We got the cheap seats.
$20?
$20. I mean,
To see the Who for $20.
$20. I mean, we were all the way up on the last row. You could
Yep.
possibly go. Where was it? Scissors Bank Park.
Yep.
Oh, wait, you tricked me. The Who are off?
Yes, the Who are
Yeah,
off
and that's
at
one of
number
your
7.
top boys. That's in your top
No,
3.
I mean,
At
I
number
had them at
7.
number 4.
Yeah, okay.
And I really don't understand. Lenny, I know you don't like them, but again, it's all personal taste.
It's
I
not
really
that I don't like them, Bill. It's just that they're not my favorite. That's all. They had a lot of good songs.
Yeah,
I mean, Who's Next is a really good album. I'll admit to that. It's a great
If Dennis DeYoung was their lead singer, he would freaking love them.
And that's fine.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
growing up, The Who was one of my favorite bands as a teenager growing up.
Well, that's odd because, you're 10 years behind us, and you're still saying The Who growing up was a band.
I was listening I'm not saying like contemporaneously
Okay.
they were putting out stuff. I was listening to all their old stuff, and then
Gotcha.
they were one of my favorite classic rock
Okay.
bands when
All
I
right.
was a teenager
Okay.
in the 80s.
Cool.
But anyway, hey.
I have an old bass player who used to watch the
Hey,
show a
Lenny
lot.
Dramis, here
Lenny
we go.
Dramis. He goes, I ruined Ed for life as a bass player. He didn't ruin me for life as a bass player because me and Lenny were really tight. We were good, really good friends.
Right.
Probably my favorite Lenny. And and
Well, you're not my favorite Ed,
yeah,
so.
when he was on stage, oh my God, we learned to put the neck on this side of me because he would swing around and yeah, Lenny, he didn't get the nickname Animal for nothing, but yeah, no, Lenny, you didn't ruin my life, my opinion of bass players. You just ruined my skull.
All right.
All right,
that's
so
that story.
what's our number 6 group?
And Marlene, if you're out there watching too, with Lenny, love you. Got to see you guys soon. So number 6.
And number 6.
But you see this, I give love, man.
You do, yeah.
You need to open up
And my
a little.
favorite Ed is Mr. Ed, by the way.
I'm sure. Because you're a horse's ass.
So anyway, what's our number 6 group coming off this list?
You have no heart.
Oh, Heart, number 6.
How apropos.
Okay, I had him at number 7.
Oh, wow. Okay, I was about to complain, but I have number 5.
Okay.
I'm right around there.
Ed must have had him a little lower than us, Bill.
My favorite. Oh, me for
Heart.
I had them at number 6, so they're right where I had them.
Okay, yeah. So 6, 5, 4.
Yeah. I mean, the first 4 albums were like awesome. We have a question up here.
So
Hey,
off the beaten path.
Hey, what is your favorite Beatles album? It's going to be. It's a tie. Rubber Soul and Revolver.
Well,
Don't say the Blue album.
No. Sergeant Pepper's got to be off the table on this opinion.
Yeah, it does.
So Sergeant Pepper's kind of like
Sergeant Table.
Yeah.
Sergeant Pepper is kind of like
You know who did
Everybody's
a great
favorite,
live
but
version
I
of
would-
Sergeant Pepper? Cheap Trick.
I'd have to go with Revolver. On
I,
that.
I'm more of a Rubber Soul kind of guy.
Revolver,
I love
Rubber
Rubber
Soul.
Soul.
It's either one.
Rubber Soul was really good album.
Yes.
Mr. Original, what's your favorite Beatles?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your favorite Beatles? And if you say the White Album, man, I'm deleting it.
No, come on now. It seems like maybe a new person.
Nah, I would say Rubber Soul. Rubber Soul. But, Sgt. Pepper is my all-time favorite. But other than that, it has to be Rubber Soul.
Very good. Very good, Scott.
Revolver.
I kept
Minstrel Wind from Heart, going back to the Heart coming
I
off.
kept
Minstrel
telling-
Wind. Yeah, it's a good song.
I kept telling.
Once you get into it, like it's got to be like 5 minutes into the song before it gets good. But
Well, I told Bill, like, when we seen Heart a couple times, said, oh, they didn't play this song. I said,
Right.
dude, you got to hear this song.
Yeah.
When they play this song, it just allows Ann Wilson's voice to just go
she's great.
off.
I saw she's
Yeah.
been before all this coronavirus crap, she was touring solo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And playing, I
There's
think, the Hard
apparently
Rock
been
or
a
something.
little Wilson rift.
Oh, really?
And Nancy were having a little fight
Oh,
about
wow.
something.
How
Yeah, they
about
were
that?
about kids, about the way. But I thought
outta
that
here.
I thought
Wow.
they repaired, but
Okay.
maybe not.
No, but she was doing a solo gig. I saw. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah, she was totally. Anyway.
so where are we at? Number 5. Our top. What's on our top 5, Ed? By the way, before we reveal.
Van Halen, Rush. Whoops, what happened there?
Bill is not on our screen. There he goes.
No.
He's up there in the corner.
Yeah, but I don't know why that did that. There we go.
There he goes.
Van Halen, Rush, Aerosmith, Kiss, and Alice Cooper.
I am so happy that Kiss is still there. I don't know how much longer they're going to be there, but I'm happy they're still there. So anyway, what's our number 5, Ed?
Number 5, leaving the building, is...
What do we got?
When I hear you call.
Kiss is number 5.
Kiss.
Okay. I had them at my number 1. Obviously,
Sure.
I had them at my number 1.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Kiss is leaving the
I
building.
had it at 7, and before
Bill,
you
I'm,
took
I'm
over-
proud. I'm proud of you that you had
Okay.
it at 7, Bill.
Right.
Seriously,
You know,
I'm seriously proud of you. You had it at 7.
I'm totally saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. In a couple of years ago, it would
You would have
have
had
been
him at 15.
14,
Yeah.
something
Right.
like
Right.
But now I've come
Exactly.
around. I've come around.
Yes, you are. Bill, Ed, where'd you have them at?
I had him at number 8.
Okay.
That's not that far away.
No, okay, all right. I can't be too mad at you guys for that.
Right.
Especially Bill. Bill had it a lot higher than I thought he would have. You, Ed, you should have had him a little higher.
Nah, not...
But they were in our top 5,
Yeah.
so I can't be mad. I can't be
Right.
mad. So anyway, what's our number 4?
Well, the other one here is Abbey Road's definitely an excellent album, but the Scott Silverman for the riff between the sisters is over, which I thought they had the riff was over and they did a little bit of touring
Bill,
after that.
Bill, did you see Schmitty's comment?
Yeah, I'm learning. Hey,
You're learning, man. Yeah.
Learn.
What did
Never
you say? What was that comment about Paul Stanley you said to me?
Oh no,
He's one of the what?
He's one of the greatest front men I've ever seen.
Thank you.
And this is somebody that's seen hundreds of concerts
Exactly.
by,
There you go.
50
you go.
bands.
And what was my comment to you when you said that? No shit, Bill.
No shit. But I'd never seen
I
this
know.
before,
Right.
so how am I
Exactly.
supposed to know?
Exactly. Right. Okay.
No, it's true. I mean, if you want to go on this for a second while Ed is
Sure.
doing something on his phone.
Okay.
No, I'm
I
just
mean,
kidding.
Paul Stanley makes... I understand.
Yeah.
Paul Stanley makes you feel like this show is the most important one
Right.
he's ever played.
Exactly. But
And
he
that,
goes
like-
through the same shtick like in every concert venue that he plays in.
But he sells it.
I know, he
And
does, yeah.
You feel it.
And he's
Because
always been like that.
Like, hey, Albuquerque, how
Right.
you doing tonight?
Right.
And you can feel
Yeah.
like they're just saying something. No,
Right.
Paul Stanley makes you feel it.
He does.
It feels like,
He does.
oh man, he's so into this tonight.
Yeah, and he was like that from day one, Bill. Really. From the first show that I saw them until the last one I saw them, he was exactly the same. He made you feel the same way. So anyway, I mean, I heard the story about Kiss, and it was like, instead of like Gene Simmons saying something to the crowd and Ace Frehley saying it, so basically Paul Stanley was deemed the guy who talked to everybody. So they picked one guy and says like, okay, I'm going to talk to the crowd. You know what I mean? Instead of like
Right.
everybody saying something. So that's how it kind of started.
We do that with Friday Night Vinyl.
Yeah, right. So I mean, I'm the one who should really like say anything, and these two guys should be muted. But anyway,
So looking at the comments here, Mr. Original said, "Is there a way to donate money?" And I don't know if that's based off of the video that I had, and I'll wait to see that as that question's sort of ambiguous.
Right. Well,
unless
we
it's
don't
regarding
have
the
any.
video.
We don't have anything set up per se as far as donating money. What Ed was trying to say was that once we get back to like somewhat normalcy, when you
If
go out to
you're-
a bar, you're sitting at a bar or a restaurant or something.
You're a regular bartender, you're a
or
waitress
something
at a restaurant.
you frequent
Double up.
double up like the first time out. Like
If you're
give
in a
a
good
little extra.
position. I mean,
Right.
you might not be.
If you
which
can.
On the second part, then you shouldn't be probably doing that. But
Right.
but if you're fortunate to be doing okay during this
Right.
time,
Yeah,
then
like we are. Like all the
put-
money we
yeah.
make from the show. I mean, we can
Yeah.
afford to do something like
right, put that 0 cents aside.
that. Yeah, here you go.
Yeah. But put some
Right.
extra
no,
money
but
aside.
also, but yeah, so totally help out everybody in this time. But I'm not sure if Mr. Original, if you're asking us if there's a way to donate to Friday
Right.
night.
We're not asking for donations. We're just
Because
saying that.
I mean, I know a lot
Right.
of Friday night, a lot of YouTube channels do like super chats where you like
Right.
give some money to the
Right.
people running it.
Yeah.
We
Right.
don't do that.
No,
we
we
may
don't
be
do
setting up a Patreon that if you want to support
Right.
Friday Night Vinyl, you can do it, but it's not going to be mandatory.
Right.
And we're talking about maybe doing some like bonus content or something like that if you contribute to the Patreon. But
Right.
but yeah, if that's about us, Mr. Original, very cool. We appreciate the sentiment.
Yeah,
But right now, hey, we're just having a good time
Right.
and trying to give some entertainment to everybody and
Exactly.
talk about interesting shit.
Right.
Yep.
So where are we at? Number 4. What's number 4 off our list here?
Number 4. Those Mind Is Not for Rent. And I would get a bass neck across my
About time
head.
they came off.
Rush.
Rush. I had them at number 12.
I had
I had them low.
I had them at number 2.
I had them low. I know you guys had
Oh,
them.
where I had them.
1.
Yeah.
No effing way.
Oh, we've seen Rush like 13 times.
This is my favorite band of all
Yeah.
time, and his favorite band of anybody on this list. So of course, it's gonna be number-
Not me. Okay. I'm not a big Rush fan, so
understood.
yeah. Okay. So I know I know Michael Smith's seen them a few times, Rush. But for me, I don't like Geddy Lee's voice that much. He sounds like it sounds like his voice
So I
is
guess you won't
sped
be
up.
interested to see a couple songs on this Blu-ray I have afterwards.
No, I will not be
Damn.
interested.
All right.
So anyway, so I am surprised that Alice is still hanging out. We're in our top 3, top 4.
And Alice Cooper is still around, hey?
Alice Cooper is still around.
You're going to be proud of me
In
again,
our
honey.
top 3. Wow, get the hell out, Bill. Okay. So
And then-
anyway,
The next band to leave the building,
it's got to be Alice.
he's no longer a Mr. Nice Guy.
Okay.
Alice Cooper.
I had him at number 2. I had Alice at number 2.
I had it at number 4.
Kiss was obviously my number 1, but I had Alice at number 2.
I
Good
have
job,
him at
Bill.
number 8.
Okay,
So again,
well, that's good for
not
you.
At,
That's good for you.
not at the bottom.
No.
He's right there.
No, that is good for you.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Alice is awesome, man. If you ever get a chance to check him out live, it's a great show.
Right.
It
and
really
he's serious
is.
the whole time.
He does not disappoint.
And then after the show, he lets it down.
yeah,
And he's,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. It's
Even
all
he still puts on a great, and don't get us wrong, he puts on a great show. What? You guys saw him twice in the last year.
yeah,
Right.
He's 71, 72.
yeah, yeah. But he surrounds himself with a lot of younger
His
players.
band is a lot of young.
Yeah,
He's got a hot blonde girl
Yeah.
that's one of his guitarists. That
Yeah.
doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
But he's great. No, he's still great, even
Yeah,
at his
he
age.
is.
So.
I mean, when you saw him, Bill, at BB&T, it wasn't the best venue to go see him at.
The venue sucked, but I can
Yeah.
appreciate the show that they were
Yeah,
putting on.
yeah. He puts on a great show. He really does.
Cool. So we have 2.
So we're down to Aerosmith and Van Halen.
So the next band to leave the building, which will
Hold
also.
on, guys, our stream is.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing it.
Oh yeah, I see a little circle circling.
All right, looks like we're back.
Okay.
And it looks like we're
Well, I'm a
streaming.
little delayed. Okay. Yeah, we're back.
Yeah, but
Yep. No, I think I'm seeing it now, but
Okay.
it's a little more delayed. All right. Sorry, everybody. If it froze up for you, hopefully.
We were just commenting on Alice Cooper. What a great show he has. Like, if you get a chance to go see him live.
Right.
It's a really good show. So anyway, so we're down to our last 2. We got Aerosmith and Van Halen. And I think I got a feeling where this is going to go. I think Van Halen is coming off next.
And I think you are correct.
Okay. I had Van Halen at number 4.
I have Van Halen at number 5.
Where'd you have Van Halen, Bill?
I had number 2.
Okay.
Which Van Halen, though?
I took it as the entire.
Okay, all right.
thing.
I'm more David Lee Roth Van Halen.
But you have to leave David.
Only because I saw Sammy Hagar solo, and I don't know. I just like him as a solo act better than. I mean, he had a lot of good stuff coming out with Van Halen, but David Lee Roth style and then Sammy Hagar style, completely different.
So
vocals.
So I'm with you. I'm with you on that
For me.
on that mindset.
Okay.
I was very happy as a big Sammy Hagar fan before he was.
No, it was cool that he
I was
joined,
happy for him.
It was cool that he joined
And
Van Halen.
I like the songs he did.
Right.
These guys said you got to go, and they took me, Bill and George, and we went and saw Van Halen, Sammy Hagar era, and I was like, wow. And after seeing the reboot of the David Lee Roth era, please give me the Sammy era back. But I did get to see Van Halen when the Women and Children First tour in their heyday when David Lee Roth was David Lee Roth.
But anyway, we have tickets to go see Kiss in August, and hopefully that concert will still be in August.
Yeah.
David Lee Roth is opening up for Kiss.
Yes.
And I heard he's gotten a little better as he went along in the tour, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll be able to see him in August.
Now for me, Aerosmith was my first concert, and there's no denying the greatness of the album Rocks.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
Bill?
No doubt.
I was listening to Rocks earlier tonight.
You were.
Yes, you were.
Yeah. So I had Aerosmith at number 3, and they were our number 1. Where'd you have them, Bill?
Not too far. 3.
3. Okay, I had them at 3. You must have had them at number 1.
Yeah, I had them at number
Okay.
1.
You had them.
Sure. Okay. So we all kind of went to our, obviously, because of our.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue. I can't argue. I saw Styx open up for Aerosmith, which was a great show.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I brought that up earlier. But I think that was the only time I actually saw Aerosmith was that one time. It was in the 70s. I don't know if they were touring the Draw the Line. It was probably Draw the Line.
Bill got to see them at the Wells. I don't know if we went anywhere any time before that, but Bill saw them at least for I thought the first time, maybe not, at the Wells Fargo with Cheap Trick as the opening act. Mm-hmm. And how crazy is it that when you saw that Kansas DVD that Kansas opened for Aerosmith?
I know.
You know, and
the
story was known
the story behind that.
Unplug the wires.
Try to unplug, and then Kansas kind of rewired everything so he couldn't unplug them.
Well, no, they rewired everything so he
didn't know
which wire, so he was unplugged and the band was still playing.
Still playing, right.
I mean, that's kind of
because they were kind of showing them up.
Right.
And Steven Tyler didn't like that.
The Philly Art goes, well,
what was the Kansas documentary called? Do you remember what it was called?
I don't know.
It's a really great documentary.
Good one. Yeah,
it's a really good documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Ed is off somewhere. And
no, I'm gonna get it.
He's got the documentary. Okay.
He's got it in his shelf there.
Yeah, it's a really good documentary. I loved it. I mean, I like Kansas, but I mean, it really.
Even for like a casual Kansas fan, it's a real interesting documentary to watch. Yeah.
Miracles out of nowhere.
Ed, while we're saying, I'm sorry. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Can you hold that up again, Ed?
Miracles out of nowhere. I think they actually showed it on Access TV.
Yeah.
It
when
I got it on cable.
Well, I have the bonus footage with the bands telling stories and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
yeah.
So
and they tell a story about when they open up for Aerosmith.
The Philly Earhart goes. He goes. I can't really talk about Mr. Tyler today, but we're talking about him back then.
Right.
And the funny thing is, the tour manager who I used to always get in arguments with, Jerry Gillen, became Aerosmith's tour manager, like from Permanent Vacation on. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm thinking we're gonna take a 1 week break,
right?
Get everything situated, and we're gonna do our final show of the season,
right?
And
in 2 weeks,
in 2 weeks,
right?
And we all know we're all gonna be stuck in. We hope everybody's healthy and safe during that time,
right? And during the summer, we may pop in for a show or two or three.
We do our summer show and check in.
Yeah,
and we're hoping.
I mean, we had some shows lined up.
Yeah,
you know, our concert. I mean, we had a great concert tour last year. I mean, not concert tour.
We did 16.
We did a lot of shows. We did a lot of shows.
We saw a lot of concerts.
We saw a lot of concerts. We had a few lined up this year, but I have a couple in June that may or may not happen.
So you got the Ace Frehley and what
I got
else
Ace
is in
Frehley.
June?
I don't know what else is in June. I know Ace Frehley was early
When's
June.
Alice Cooper?
I think that was in June also. We had a couple August. We had Rammstein and Kiss in August. I think we had set up.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen. But we'll
yeah,
see.
Ed, are you going to survive not being able to see Rammstein if that doesn't happen?
Du hast mich. I'm telling you. That's why I'm growing this.
It's
Anyway.
just
Because
it's
I
just
eventually
a,
want this to go down. I'm going to have little beads
it's
in it.
just a
and
show
coloring.
that you have to experience. Rammstein.
Yeah.
I mean, they're coming to
think-
our city.
No,
We got to go
no.
see them. Come on.
He's going with us before this all is
Yeah,
over.
you're coming, Bill.
Yeah, we'll have a full
We
case
gotta
of beer
we gotta
and a
drag
chair
you.
in the car.
That's right. Yeah, even if you got to sit out in the parking lot.
I'll
And
dive into a pool
and do a
full of
Merc, give me the
coronavirus
keys.
before I go to that show.
Yeah. So anyway, guys.
Yeah, so thanks for joining us
watching.
tonight. Yeah.
We'll,
So yeah, thanks for everybody for joining us.
Yes.
Everybody stay safe and
Stay
try to live
safe.
as normal a life as you
Wash
can.
the hands, all
Wash
that
the
kind of
hands.
stuff, and
Put on some music.
Don't touch
Hey,
the face.
If you're on our group page, I'm going to put a lot of different content up there to comment on and have discussions. So
Right.
Yeah,
if
let's have
you're-
just a normal life. I mean, we got
Yep.
crazy
Yes.
shit going on, but everybody just keep a good attitude. And
Eventually,
try
we're going to get back there. So
Yeah.
in 2024
something like that.
or
Yeah.
2112.
Here
Who
you
knows?
go. So anyway, stay safe. Wash your hands. Abide by everything that you're being told. So, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Later, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Later, bye.
Bye.
Let me take a little break. I'll be back in a second.